Yeah, the reason I released it fairware is I have a lot of visions of what I want the program to be. And there'll be a lot of changes depending on what people suggest and what I get help with. So it's a program to me that'll never finish. I'll probably continue working on the program up until the time I probably die, because I just never will have it exactly the way. I've got a lot of visions down the road for the program. I've never expressed them to anyone except my husband, because that way you guys can say, well, when are you going to do this? When are you going to put it in? This way I don't have to be pestered. Hey, this is version 2.1. This is the newest version out. And if everything works well, if I just press a key, it should be in basic here. I'm not familiar with this system that'll auto-load at home, but there's no extended basic cartridge in here, so we'll load it in this way.
I think it's on the keyboard.
It's on the keyboard.
It's built in the keyboard.
Yeah, it's built in there, right? It's the load file. Most loads are like a small file that run another program. I just called the whole program load. So it is extremely big. It's up to 84 sectors now. Okay, I have a purple screen. You have, what kind of screen do you guys have?
Purple keyboard.
It's funny, when it loads at home, it's blue.
It is blue on the screen over here.
Yeah.
That one's blue?
Yeah, that's blue.
This ought to be real interesting. Okay, basically, I'll try to go through all the different steps on the program. But then the thing that's been added into this version is the fact that it will identify files to the best of my abilities right now. Hopefully I'll be able to be a little more specific when I identify files later, when I learn some more ins and outs on what the computer wizards can do. You know, I don't complain. I'm not a computer wizard, and I don't write in assembly, so I've got to learn some tricks that some of the people before me have been able to pull off. But the new features that it will identify the files. Also, the new feature in this one is that it'll print a disk jacket with all the information, the regular disk information and the file information. And you just cut it out and follow the dotted lines and just paste the sides on. It'll also print disk labels. John, by the way, happens to have one of the latest copies there. You want to hold up there, John? I have these out on our table. Notice there's no disk label on it, because somebody left them at home. I spent last night cutting the little papers out and taping them or pasting them down, and realized I left the disk labels on my disk drive at home. So there's no label on there, but I guess I could show you, at least my copy does have a label. It does 4 lines. Back to launch down. Okay, there's a regular title screen. Press any key to proceed. After pressing the key, if you look on the bottom of your screen, it'll say first letter selects option. That gives you your instructions. So basically, you can run the program without looking at the documentation. The documentation file's on the disk. It's 77 sectors, DB80 file. Most of what's in the documentation you don't need to know. A lot of it's background information on how the program was created, and some technical information if you want to change some things on the program for yourself. If you have some extended basic programming knowledge, I tell you where you can change things to make the program quicker. At the top you see your choices, so load manager, funnel web, boot, or exit. Of course, if you press E to exit, you'll just go right back to the title screen. If you press F for funnel web or B for boot, it would load funnel web or boot if you have those files on your disk that would be, you have called like your funnel web file load FWB and your boot load boot. I just put that in there because most people I know, I use funnel web a lot, and you're used to things running back and forth. So this way you could run back to funnel web if you wanted to. That was just like a little extra feature I put in. I'm thinking about taking it out, not because it's not useful, but because I have very little memory left in the program. And I have a whole lot more I want to add in. So I've got to learn some shortcuts somewhere. But for now, it'll stay in. If you press L for Load Manager, that's when you get to the heart of the program. You see the top change, now it says Catalog, Options, Back, or Exit. Again, if you press E for Exit, you'll exit back to the title screen. If you press B for Back, we'll go back to that screen that we were just at. You can press O for Options or C for Catalog. Most of the time, you only do the O for Options one time. So we'll go through that. Notice I highlight and change the colors there, and the bar down in the bottom, it says wait accessing the options file. The options file is a separate file on the disk than the program, because when I originally started it, I could already see it was getting too big. So I split it up, because you only have to go through the options when you want to change the options. If you're happy with the options the way they are, you don't have to go into it, or if you do change the options, you only have to change it one time. Right now you'll see, and this, by the way, is using the part John Bull's window program. This is where I'm using the windows. So we have options highlighted. We have colors, drives, or printer, or back, which will take us back to the screen. Again, on the bottom it says first letter selects the options. If we press C for colors, we'll get another window shows up. Colors, we have screen or text. You can hit S for screen, and all the different colors that you can have will show up. Now, you can really have some strange things happen here, because I'll press a few and we'll go through them, and my screen will look different than your screen. So hopefully we can come back to something that we can all read when I'm done here. We'll press C for black, and it changes right away. Let's see. So at a click of a key for the color on the screen, you change immediately. So you can see if that's the color that you're happy with. Now who knows what color we were at originally. That's your original. That's my purple up here, but it's blue at home. Anyhow, after you're done and you've got the screen color changed the way that you want, you hit B for back. You'll bounce back to the previous window, and you can change the text if you want also. And you just go through that the same way. Notice that some combinations, I know this one back here is not real good. Now I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. I gotta work back so I can see a color here. Ah.
There you go.
It wasn't O, it was Q. It was a little hard to tell.
Yeah.
But anyhow, you get the idea that you can quickly see right on the screen, and you can keep bouncing back from the screen color to the text color. I put these features in because not everybody likes the traditional, I put them in the traditional funnel web colors program, but not everybody likes those colors, and some people, it's just hard to read. Some have a different preference. I know I've got used to it for a long time using mass transfer, and I like black on yellow. So it was hard for me to get used to the other, quote, standard colors. But we just press B for back. We've already gone through the colors now. And the same thing here with drives. Press D for drives. This is the drive that you're going to be cataloging your information on. Again, your options are disk 1, 2, 3, or F for other. And we'll just say if you press F for other, it'll say enter your device path name. So I give you the option to type in whatever you want to. We're just going to put this